snap the rear snap swivel on the line going to the bait, and then the front clip goes onto the rod, the line going to the rod, and I'll put a twist in it so that I'm actually clipping the loop. Big fish just jumped over there. Okay, we're heading for that point that I was telling you about where the bait slick is. It's a little bit more pronounced now. We're going to kind of ease over that way. I'm going to turn right and actually head south. That wasn't in the plan, but we're going to head south out towards the southeast, towards the middle of the channel. See if we get anything in this slick. And if nothing happens, we'll do a loop, head north up along the west bank. Okay, that's enough for right now, I think. Nice fish just jumped over there, right where that bait slick is. I think those were bass. I'll let that trail out a little bit. This one's cracking nice. You can see this one's starting to head out. We're at 7 feet of water, trolling at 3/10 of a knot. I'm going to kick it up slightly. You see that buzzard over there on that duck line? Well, we're marking some nice fish here. Another 50 yards or so to get up into this bait slick, and then it just opens up like there's a large school out there. I don't know. You're right at the mouth of the creek here. This is normally a good place. were talking earlier about the spawn. We're coming up on the spawn for the catfish. By the end of the month, they'll be shut right down. But they're nesting right now. And there may be some early spawn action going on. Let's see what the water temperature is. .64 degrees, so mid-60s. Gets around 67 degrees, things start to turn on. But in this nesting stage, if they're biting, you can just clobber them. And they're aggressive too. They're trying to keep the other fish away from their nest. So if you're dragging like this and your lure gets anywhere near a nest, I should say your bait gets anywhere near the nest, they may not want to feed, but they're gonna get that bait and that float rig away from their nest. So they're gonna pick it up, and when they do, hopefully that circle hook does its job. Well, a fish. Kind of an awkward situation here. Hit on that. It's hard to say right now how heavy it is, because I'm fighting a plane or two. We have to manually release it. And since he's really not going crazy, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Let's see what we have. Could have an eater. It's a nice eater. Stringer out. Once I get him put on the leash, I'm gonna re-rig the planter rods with the heavier ugly stick tigers. I'm gonna use this one with the headpiece on it. Got a couple of little mini trawlers heading up to New England. It's just a constant stream of them. I'll head down to Florida in October. Winter over there, and then they work their way back north during the spring. Rarely is it the owner of the boat that does all the running. They go and hire somebody that's got a captain's license to run the boats up and down. I don't know if you've seen them land on me, but this area of Virginia is infested with these little black bugs that look like mosquitoes, but they're not mosquitoes. They're a type of march fly. You'll have to look that up on Google, why they call them march flies. Maybe it's because they come out in the springtime around March. But the specific local name is love bug. They have black wings, an orange body with a black head, and they look like a mean variety of mosquito. They even have it looks like a stinger, but they're harmless bugs. They don't sting. But man, they land all over you. And they call them love bugs because a lot of times you'll see them paired up doing their thing, and they even fly that way. They get hooked up and they fly in formation rather tightly. But there's love bugs. There's one right there. There's two. They're all over the place. They land on you and they crawl around. They don't do anything. I wish they'd stay off me. And the other thing they do, when you're out there flying, they got a pretty juicy body. And when they hit the leading edge of the wings, they splatter all over it. And I guess their inside is the same color as their thorax there. It's kind of an orange looking color. And they just splat all over the wings, making a real mess. Okay, and now we wait for the bite. We're gonna work along this west bank and then just head up to the north. Okay, we got a takedown on a planer. Kicking around. He's got to be a youngster. He hadn't figured out how catfish fight. He's really trying to swim away like another fish rather than doing the rolling thing. At least he kicked the planter clip. He's a little bit smaller than the other one. them to you? We're gonna let them go. I saw this one. I saw this one acting up. You probably saw it before I did. I've got the trolling motor spot locked, so we're just hanging here in one spot. This was the rod that was right down the center. We could be doing the same thing on that one there, since it's just stationary. All these fish seem to be clones. This one feels about the same size. No planer on this one, right down the center. He's a little guy. Say goodbye. The water around here is only 6 feet deep. That's why I rarely wear a life jacket. If I go over the side, I'll just stand up. I might have to bounce off my toes a little bit because I'm not 6 feet. The water right here is 5.1 feet. Too bad my little buddy had to go to school. He'd enjoy these fish. They're just the right size for him. Yeah, Grandpa, can we have a granola bar? I'll get it for you. He wants to do everything now. You don't want any help doing anything. Grandpa, can I have a popsicle? I'll get it for you. You don't have to get it, I'll get it. I hate turning the camera on and off because I like getting shots of the fish hitting and the planer going zipping across. But I'm just burning up memory on the film stick. I think I got a fish on over here. It was sitting there while we were fighting those other two fish, and I think it picked up a small fish because it's not planing right. Can't really feel it. I can see the fish way behind the planer. Look about 50 yards behind the planer. He comes up every now and then. Drug around for the last quarter of a mile. Another eater size fish. Nice fish. A little nicer than the last couple. You see that bird right behind the boat? You just picked up a fish. That's an eagle. It must have been a pretty good sized fish, because he went over there to the bank and he hadn't come up. I got a good look at his wings. They were just sticking straight out. You can see his white feathers and his white head. I hope it comes out on the video. I was going to spot lock here. Just as I spot locked, I picked up this fish. All right. better job clipping the line onto the planer. This one tripped the clip. Talk to him. Woo. Don't need to use that for bait. Okay, I'm going to reel these other ones in and cut up some more bait, re-rig, and then we'll tow up a little bit further here. I'm hoping there's a big one up there. Okay, we're all set up. Got fresh bait on. We're a little close to this bank, but the only bad thing about that is getting hung up on an old duck blind. There's always a good chance pick a big one off the nest there. Set her up. Pretty close to that plane. I hope I didn't pick up the tail end of that line off the planer. This boy's rolling. Staying right up on the surface. I think he's all wrapped up in the line. nice 10, 11, 12 pound fish. Like that fresh bait. Boy, he mauled it. It's like he was chewing on it for a while. These crazy love bugs are gonna drive me nuts. They look just like a mosquito. Fish on. No rest. About 100 yards of line out. All these fish are about the same size. 10 to 12 pounds. He's all wrapped up and I'm bringing him in tail first. Better size fish. Same size. Look at this line. It was slimed. Got another fish on the center rock. I was about to say, we'll go and catch one more and call it a day. But I'd like to go up just a little bit more, a little bit further up. He had a line screaming, so I don't think he's a monster. These are the ones you gotta watch out for. I can use this bait over again. It is tore up. Try it. Okay, we got one on this one. We were dragging that one for some time. know if you remember from an earlier video, that duck blind right there is the scene of a pretty good snag. Another clone. I think we're going to call it a day. This is a good size eater. Got one on the stringer, so that's 2 fish to take home. We still got that one out. We can still pick one up on it. We've done pretty good today. I have no idea how many fish that is. 10? So we probably caught over 100 pounds of fish. Let all but 2 go so far.